Cultists of the Apocalypse, gather round. Today, we descend into a realm where the clatter of bones meets the roar of engines. A topic that will revolutionize your undead escapades. Project Zomboid's vehicles, misunderstood, mistreated, and too often turned into a makeshift battering ram. But what if I told you that beneath the hood lies a treasure trove of survival secrets? Most survivors think cars in Project Zomboid are just metal boxes to ferry loot and mow down zombies. Fools! Vehicles are far more nuanced and dangerous than you might realize. For instance, did you know that driving at full speed through a horde can turn your beloved van into a death trap faster than you can scream, "Brakes!" Or that neglecting your car's muffler can lead to a zombie conga line you'll never escape? Today, my dear mortals, we'll uncover what most players overlook. The quirks, the tips, and the dangers that come with mastering Project Zomboid's vehicles. By the end of this video, you'll know not just how to drive, but how to dominate the roads like a true Lich Lord. From evading hordes with finesse to resurrecting junkyard relics, I'll ensure that you never lose another engine to ignorance. So buckle up, because this isn't just a tutorial. It's your unholy guide to vehicle supremacy. Let's hit the road. Literally, part 1, vehicle types and characteristics. Now, let's peel back the rusted hood of ignorance and examine the holy trinity of Zomboid vehicles. Standard, heavy duty, and sport. Each has its own quirks and naturally its own hilarious ways to betray you at the worst possible moment. Standard vehicles, aka the everyman's escape hatch. Standard cars are the backbone of Knox County's highways. Average in speed, cargo, and durability. I want you to think of them as your dependable, but boring, apocalypse buddy. Take the Chevalier Dart. A respectable 70 miles per hour top speed, decent cargo space, and just enough horsepower to outrun a medium-sized horde. It's perfect for quick urban runs, but don't get cocky. Drive it into a tree and it'll fold faster than your willpower when looting a zombie-filled warehouse. But let's not forget the Masterson Horizon. It's versatile, zippy, and perfect for short trips. Just don't try towing anything heavier than your dignity. Its engine will wheeze like a chain-smoking ghoul. Pro tip, standard vehicles are great for learning the ropes. Keep the tires inflated and the muffler intact, unless you want every zombie in Knox County on your tail. Heavy-duty vehicles, aka apocalypse tanks. For those who like to live large and haul larger, heavy-duty vehicles are the ultimate choice. The Chevalier D6, is it Chevalier? Chevalier? And the Franklin All-Terrain are beasts, boasting high durability and excellent towing capacity. Yeah, they're slow, but when your loot haul rivals a dragon's horde, who cares? Oh, and let's not forget the Dash Bull Driver, a behemoth designed for towing, smashing, and laughing in the face of puny zombies. Just watch the acceleration. It's about as graceful as a skeleton on roller skates. Pro tip, heavy-duty vehicles can plow through hordes, but their sluggish speed makes them easy zombie bait. Always scout the area before taking these tanks for a joyride. Sport vehicles. Now, for you adrenaline junkies in the audience, sport vehicles. These are the speed demons. Fast, flashy, and fragile. These cars are perfect for short, high-speed escapes. The Chevalier Cassette, for example, boasts a ridiculous 120 miles per hour top speed. you'll outrun anything until you hit a mailbox and send your engine to an early grave. Pro tip, use sports cars for quick scavenging runs or to draw hordes away from your base. Just don't expect them to last after you encounter a zombie roadblock. Trailers, aka the unsung heroes. Ah, trailers. The humble sidekicks of the apocalypse. A regular trailer can carry anywhere between 80 and 120 units of storage, which is perfect for hauling generators, foods, or enough planks to build yourself a mansion. Just make sure your vehicle has the horsepower to tow it, or you'll be stuck doing a very embarrassing reverse roll into the horde. In the new B42 update, new trailers have been introduced, which the sole purpose of is to transport livestock. I haven't yet found one of these in good condition. They always seem to be very damaged, and they don't hold much other than livestock. Avoid aesthetic-only trailers in the game. These add weight without any storage. If you're gonna tow, make it count. One use for aesthetic-only trailers is to mark locations that you might otherwise drive by. For instance, if there's an intersection that leads to your base, you could park an aesthetic-only trailer there so that if you happen to drive by on a foggy day, you can point, "That's my base!" Vehicles in Project Zomboid are more than just transport. They're tools, weapons, and sometimes death traps. Choose wisely, maintain religiously, and for the love of all things undead, stop hitting zombies head on with your hood. Use the trunk, you lunatics. Part 2, essential maintenance tips. Now that you've picked your chariot of the undead, let's talk about keeping it in one piece, or at least several, functioning pieces. In Project Zomboid, vehicle maintenance is less about mechanical skill and more about staving off inevitable disaster. Follow my tips, and you might just survive long enough to crash another day. The basics. Keep it rolling. Before you even think about taking your car for a joyride, let's cover the essentials. First, tires. Think of them as your car's shoes. And nobody likes walking barefoot on broken glass or zombie skulls. Keep them inflated using a tire pump and replace them when they're worn. Driving on busted tires is like running from zombies in flip-flops. Possible, but embarrassing. Now, regarding batteries, did you know that starting your car drains a small amount of the battery? Neither did I, until I drained mine mid-escape. To keep the juice flowing, run the engine for at least a minute after each start. And for those of you who like to leave the lights on, don't. Dead batteries are funny, until they're yours. Now, always leave your gas tank topped off. Fuel is life in Project Zomboid. Running out of gas mid-horde, well, that is death. You can refill at gas stations or siphon from other vehicles, but remember, power outages mean that gas pumps stop working. Stockpile gas cans like your unlife depends on it, because it does. In B42, you won't be able to siphon with just a gas can. You're also gonna need a rubber hose, so keep on the lookout. Repairs. Patching up in the apocalypse. Okay, so cars in Project Zomboid are like ancient relics. Beautifully flawed and constantly falling apart. Knowing how to fix them is the difference between survival or walking home. The most common repairs that you're going to be performing are hood damage and the suspension and muffler. A broken hood exposes your engine to damage, and without it, even a light bump could potentially destroy your ride. Use metal sheets, a propane torch, and a welder's mask to patch it up. Now, suspension affects the handling of the vehicle, and mufflers control the noise. Zombies love noise. You do the math. You can gain mechanics XP by uninstalling and reinstalling car parts like tires, batteries, and doors. Here's the kicker. You only earn XP once per part per day per type of vehicle. So, find multiple cars, strip them for parts, and enjoy the sweet, sweet grind of mechanics. Hot wiring. Did you forget your keys again? No problem. Hot wiring requires mechanics level 2 and electrical level 1. Well, unless you're a burglar, in which case you can hotwire from the start. Just don't get too smug. Hot wired cars attract multiplayer thieves like moths moths to a flame, zombie-proofing your ride. So what's worse than zombies? Well, that's easy. Zombies in your car! Here is how to keep them out. First, windows. Always roll them up unless you're attempting a drive-by attack. And yes, drive-by attacks are a thing. Welcome to peak apocalyptic comedy, baby. Doors. Lock them up. Zombies can't open doors, but in my testing, they can break through unlocked ones faster than you can say, oops. Upgrades and mods. You can add armor or protective grills to reinforce your car against zombie hordes, but this is only available if you have certain mods. You can consider mods like the vehicle repair overhaul to expand your repair options, or the AutoStar tuning Atelier pack for customization. Now let's talk about fuel efficiency, because you need to drive smart, not hard. And let's start by dispelling a myth. Idling doesn't save gas. Instead, I want you to practice safe and efficient driving. Avoid hard stops and starts. They waste your fuel and they can potentially damage your car. Stay under 20 miles per hour in sharp turns to avoid skidding or flipping. And if you must mow down zombies, aim for the side of your car or use the trunk. Hitting them head on is vehicular suicide. Okay, now let's talk about emergency survival. When things with your car go wrong. Even the best prepared Lich Lord faces disaster from time to time. And here's what to do when the wheels fall off. Literally! First is flat tires. You should keep a spare and a jack handy. I like to keep these in the trunk of the car. Replace the tire before the zombies get curious. Second, dead engines. You can use spare engine parts to repair, but remember, this requires a fairly high mechanic skill, so you better hope you've been grinding. It actually takes a lower skill to take engine parts from an engine than it does to repair an engine with engine parts. Very helpful knowledge. No gas? Well, a gas can is always your best friend. But hey, if all else fails, you can always hoof it and pray. Maintenance in Project Zomboid isn't glamorous, guys, but it is vital. You need to treat your car like a lifeline, and it'll carry you through thick, thin, and the occasional flaming horde. If you neglect it, well, the undead have a saying: 4 wheels good, no wheels dinner. Now for part 3, some driving strategies and combat uses. A car in Project Zomboid isn't just a tool, it's a weapon, a barricade, and occasionally it's a battering ram. But without the right strategies, your trusty ride can quickly turn into a rolling coffin. Here's how to maximize your vehicle prowess and stay one step ahead of the horde. The golden rule: drive like your life depends on it, because sometimes it does. In Project Zomboid, reckless driving isn't just dangerous, it can be downright suicidal. So follow my tips and you, meatbag, will stay alive. First, know your speed limits. Low speed is between 0 and 20 miles per hour. This is ideal for navigating tight spaces, avoiding car damage, and reducing noise. Zombies won't chase you if you're not loud. Moderate speed, 20 to 50 miles an hour. This speed is perfect for mid-range travel or if you're trying to escape a small horde. High speed, this is 50 plus miles per hour. Meatbags, use this sparingly. While it feels great to zoom past zombies, one sharp turn, one mishap, and you will flip your car faster than you can say, respawn. Plan your routes. Stick to the roads whenever possible. Off-road driving damages your tires, not to mention it slows you down. Avoid dead ends in tight alleys. Zombies have a knack for turning them into, death traps. Me personally, I like to plan out my route before I go on an adventure. Practice precision. Use the V key to pick which door you exit from, which is handy for avoiding ambushes. Remember that hitting zombies with your hood damages the engine. Aim for the trunk or the sides instead. Combat driving. When you need to turn your car into a weapon. Alright, we've all been there. The horde is closing in. Well, your car isn't just a getaway. It can become a battering ram. If you have to do it, here's how you do it effectively. Horde dispersal. First, use the trunk to nudge zombies without taking damage to the engine. Low speeds, below 20 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour, will minimize the wear on the vehicle. Now, for larger groups, you want to drive drive in a wide arc. Let the zombies chase you into an open area before you double back. You can also do drive-by attacks. This is where you roll down your window, equip a melee weapon or a firearm, and attack the zombie while driving. Bonus points for style. Nothing says undead dominance like a well-timed headshot mid-drift. Now let's talk about luring zombies. Use your horn, the default for this is Q, to draw zombies away from high-risk areas like your base or an area that you're about to loot. Just remember, once they're chasing you, don't stop the car. If you're surrounded, aim for a single weak spot in the horde to break through. The goal is to escape, not carnage. Plowing through hordes will ruin your car faster than a battle royale match. Now let's talk about defensive driving. You know, that thing they're always going on and on and on about at driving school. Avoid large hordes whenever possible. The more zombies that hit your car, the faster it deteriorates. You can use evasive maneuvers like U-turning or circling an obstacle in order to lose pursuers. You can also use cars as barriers. If you park them strategically to block doorways, you can create choke points or funnel zombies into traps. Just remember, zombies can damage stationary vehicles over time, and they will crawl underneath them as well. If you spot a wreck blocking your path, use another car and nudge it aside. Just make sure your vehicle has the horsepower to handle the push. The best way to do this is to flip it in reverse and back up slowly into the thing that you're trying to push out of the way. Be very careful here. I have seen cars in the physics bay misbehave here wildly and go woo into the air. All right, let's talk about your bug out bag with regards to cars. The ultimate escape plan. Sometimes the horde is so overwhelming, the only way out is through. Are you in that situation? Pause the game and follow along this step-by-step guide. Step 1, prep your ride. Top off your fuel, repair critical damage, and stash an extra gas can or battery in the trunk. Number 2, survey the area as best you can. Look for alternative escape routes. Dead ends are death sentences. 3, stay calm, do not panic. A steady hand on the wheel is worth more than a fast one. Finally, punch through. Hit the weakest part of the horde at 15 to 25 miles an hour. Faster speeds increase the damage done to the horde, but you're gonna risk losing control, potentially flipping the vehicle and ending your run. With these strategies in your arsenal, you are no longer just a survivor. Well, meatbag, now you're a road warrior. Master the art of driving and the undead won't just fear you, they'll hear you coming and shuffle the other way. Well, unless they're the kind of zombies who love loud noises. In that case, good luck! Alright, let's talk about advanced mechanics. You've mastered the basics, you've avoided a fiery death, and maybe you've even pulled off a zombie slaying drift. Hell yeah, brother! But to truly dominate Knox County roads, you're gonna need to dive into advanced mechanics or the vehicle maintenance, customization, and hot wiring. Let's turn your post-apocalyptic jalopy into a legend. Hot wiring, bypassing the apocalypse. Who needs keys when you've got skills, baby? Hot wiring is essential for anyone looking to commandeer abandoned vehicles. But it's not as, it's not as simple as it sounds. The requirements are a little steep. Mechanics level 2 and electrical level 1 are mandatory unless you have already chosen the burglar profession, which lets you hotwire from the get-go. Now, how do you hotwire? Well, you're gonna need access to the car, so get in, meatbag. Then, slide on over to the driver's seat and open that radial car menu, V for Victor, and select hotwire. Success is not guaranteed on the first try, so be patient or be prepared for zombies to crash your DIY lesson. I have sat there before and spent 10 or more tries trying to hotwire. You know, I feel like having a screwdriver in your inventory makes hotwiring attempts potentially more successful, but I don't have any data to back that up with. It's just my gut feeling from playing a lot. Pro tip, a hotwired car is your secret weapon in multiplayer games. Just make sure to park it somewhere discreet, unless you want somebody claiming your hard-earned work. All right, let's talk about bringing the dead back to life, aka car necromancy, aka advanced repairs. So, your beloved car looks like it's been through a blender, huh? Well, fear not. Car necromancy can bring even the most battered vehicles back to life. You're gonna need spare engine parts to repair your engine. These can be salvaged from other vehicles. Strip engines from wrecked cars with at least 10% condition. A higher mechanics level will also increase the number of parts you can recover. Keep in mind, this does reduce the car's engine to 0%, so you don't want to do this on any cars that you're thinking you might need to use. As far as body repairs go, that's your hoods, your doors, even the trunk. These can be patched using metal sheets, welding torch, and a welder's mask. These repairs not only improve durability, but they also keep your ride looking, well, slightly less embarrassing. Finally, performance upgrades, baby. Replace damaged tires with high performance ones for better handling. Swap out mufflers to reduce noise. And if you're using mods, install reinforced bumpers to make your car a zombie slaying machine. Speaking of mods, modifications, tuning for survival. Why settle for standard when you can have spectacular? With the right mods, you can customize your car for both style and substance. First is the vehicle repair overhaul. This mod pack expands repair option and adds more realism to vehicle maintenance. Second is the Auto Star Tuning Atelier pack. How do you pronounce that? I don't know. It adds new vehicles and customization options, meatbag, including but not limited to armor, grills, and even some spikes. It's kind of like Mad Max, but goth. Finally are the battery mods. There are some jump starter mods, which let you instantly recharge batteries for emergencies. Without those, you're gonna need a battery charger, which can sometimes be hard to find. And remember, they need to be hooked up to a building with power. Pro tip, modded vehicles often require specific tools or skills. So make sure you check the mod description carefully before you dive in to customization abyss. All right, now let's talk about expert tips for all you aspiring mechanics in the chat. The XP grind, baby. Gain mechanics XP by uninstalling and reinstalling components. As I covered before, you're only gonna get a limited amount every day, so it's best to have one of each car type in your lot. Focus on parts like batteries, tires, and doors for consistent growth. Metalworking has a synergy benefit when it comes to mechanics. Pair mechanics and metalworking for advanced repairs. This combo unlocks the ability to salvage and repair engine parts, increasing your car's longevity. Battery maintenance. Avoid frequent starts and stops. They drain your battery faster than a horde drains your patience. Let the engine run for at least a minute after starting to recharge. All right, meatbags, you want to be a mechanic? It's time to build your ultimate apocalypse garage, baby. To truly thrive, your base will need a vehicle-friendly garage. First, stockpile the essential tools: screwdrivers, tire pumps, welding kits, and battery chargers. Store spare car parts like tires, batteries, and metal sheets for emergencies. In B42, there's a whole new set of mechanics tools that are needed as well, which includes ratchets, the rubber hose. You get it. Now, for fuel storage, keep multiple gas cans on hand and a backup generator to power pumps during the outages. You go to the gas station, you hook up your spare generator, and you only turn it on when you arrive to fuel your vehicle. Let's talk about car rotation. You need to maintain multiple vehicles for different tasks. A heavy-duty hauler for your loot, a sports car for your quick getaways and your scouting missions, and you're gonna want a trailer towing beast for moving your base. Advanced mechanics is what separates the undead amateurs from the true road warriors. So with these skills, your car isn't just a vehicle, it's a fortress, a weapon, and a statement. Master these techniques that I've laid out here, and you won't just survive Knox County, you're gonna rule it. Ah, meatbags. I think you know what time it is. We've reached the end of this treacherous journey through the twisted world of Project Zomboid's vehicles. With my advice, you're no longer just a survivor, now you're a road warrior, a mechanic of mayhem, and perhaps even a connoisseur of undead automotive excellence. So let's recap the knowledge that you've unearthed here today, shall we? You've mastered the art of vehicle selection, from trusty standard cars to heavy-duty haulers to zippy sports cars. You've unlocked the secrets of maintenance and repair, ensuring that your ride doesn't betray you at the worst moment. You've honed your skills in driving and combat, turning your car into both a weapon and a lifeline. And finally, you've embraced the world of advanced mechanics, making you a true ruler of the road. But remember, guys, cars in Project Zomboid are like life itself, fragile, fleeting, and easily smashed into trees. Treat them well, and they'll carry you to greatness. But if you neglect them, well, they'll leave you stranded in a horde faster than you can scream. Brakes! Now, dear mortals, it's time to put your newfound knowledge to the test. Hit the road, conquer the apocalypse, and show those zombies what a Lich Lord behind the wheel can truly accomplish. Now, before you go, remember, like, comment, and subscribe for more unholy wisdom from your favorite undead overlord. Tell your friends, your enemies, and especially your mother. After all, domination is best shared. Until next time, meatbags, auf Wiedersehen, ihr Lieben. The apocalypse awaits. Drive safe, my cultists. Or don't. Either way, I'll see you in Knox County.